Welcome to the Antec TAB tutorial video. Designed specifically for balancing, Antec TAB gives users the ability to balance Antec Controls products independently of Antec Toolbox. Antec TAB lets users adjust scale and offset, adjust face velocity readings, and set overrides. The Antec TAB software can be downloaded from our website, anteccontrols.com, on the software page. An Antec Controls account is required to log in and use the software. Upon login with an internet connection, your credentials will generate an access token, allowing offline use of the software. We recommend opening the software with an internet connection the day before going on site to ensure your access token is valid and the software is up to date. Once you've successfully logged in, the application will load the controllers and the associated room configuration file from the connected room. On the valves page, each of the controllers is displayed with an associated valve icon, depending on the valve type. VV is a venturi shape, VFX is a venturi shape with a circle, and terminal units are a rectangle with an X. If no airflow device is configured for a given controller, it will be identified by a question mark. If you see a controller identified with a question mark, but expect an airflow device to be configured, please contact an Antec Controls certified technician to resolve this before proceeding. The airflow range, live airflow and valve pressure readings, and configured airflow devices are displayed around the icon. Next to the airflow devices is a balance button, which will open the airflow balancing dialog. On the face velocity page, each of the fume hood controllers is displayed with an associated valve and fume hood icon. You can view the live face velocity reading and configured face velocity sensors here, along with a balance button, which will open the face velocity balancing dialog. The room pressure page displays information about the current room pressurization and allows users to make set point and scaling adjustments to balance the room pressure. On the help page, you'll find the software version, contact information for our applications team, our privacy policy, and the complete Antec TAB software changelog. For airflow balancing, navigate to the valves page. To open the airflow balancing dialog, click the balance button next to the airflow device. This dialog lets you override the valve to an airflow set point or actuator voltage and adjust the scale, K factor, or offset while viewing live readings from the valve. To apply an override, click On for the type of override you would like to apply, and then enter the desired value. The valve will immediately start controlling to the override value. To remove the override, click Off or close the balancing dialog. To apply a scale, or K factor, and offset to the airflow reading, enter the desired values and click Save to write the changes to the controller. The current valve airflow reading will update to reflect the applied balancing factors. For face velocity balancing, navigate to the face velocity page. Similar to airflow balancing, overrides can be applied to both the actuator voltage and valve airflow. Each face velocity sensor, which includes any sash position sensors or sidewall velocity sensors, is listed in the settings section with its current face velocity reading and adjustable scale and offset. After entering the desired scale and offset values for each sensor, click Save to write the changes to the controller. The current face velocity readings for each sensor and under the Readings section will update to reflect the applied balancing factors. For pressure balancing, navigate to the room pressure page. At the top of the page, the current mode and room offset are displayed along with the current room pressure reading if there is a pressure sensor in the space. For each configured room mode, this page displays whether the room is positive or negative and lets you adjust the room set point to meet the design pressure requirements. If there are room pressure sensors in the space, clicking the balance button will open the room pressure balancing dialog. This dialog displays the current pressure reading for each sensor and lets you apply a scale and offset for each input. Like the other balancing dialogs, clicking the Save button will write these to the controller, and the current pressure reading will update to reflect the applied scale and offset. Finally, let's go over some troubleshooting tips. When first connecting to a room, you might get an error pop-up explaining that either a controller is missing, there is an unexpected controller, or there is some other issue with the room configuration file. In any of these cases, ensure that all controllers are powered and correctly wired. After any issues have been corrected, click the Reload button. If the issue persists, contact an Antec Controls certified technician or the Antec Controls applications team for assistance. You may see that some balance buttons are disabled. If the balance button is grayed out on the airflow balancing page, it could be because there is no airflow device or actuator configured, or the actuator for a VV is not calibrated. If the balance button is disabled on the face velocity page, it could be because there is no sash position or sidewall velocity sensor configured. The sash position sensor is not calibrated, or the actuator for a VV is not calibrated. In any of these cases, you should contact an Antec Controls certified technician to resolve the issue before continuing with balancing. One final tip. If any value needs to be adjusted by more than 15%, we recommend contacting an Antec Controls certified technician for troubleshooting before proceeding. If you need more information at any time while using the tool, simply hover over the information icons located in each menu for additional details and instructions. This concludes our training video on Antec TAB. If you have any questions about this feature, please reach out to our team.